Something big has happened, and everyone's favorite progressive VTuber Twitter account has caught it and binted. Let me actually get up the link and see if other folks are talking about it as well. But it seems to be the case that one of the most popular English VTubers in the world is out of her agency. We are talking about Fillian. Fillian appears to be gone from Mythic Talent. Completely. You might need some lore? Absolutely. All your apes are gone? Who's up with their apes? And why are they gone? Yes, it appears to me that Fillian is out at Mythic. So this was something that Bint, aka Unbinted, first reported. They're the first to the scene on this one. I decided to do a little bit of digging as well, so let me talk about it really briefly too. Then we'll go ahead and get the highlight up for it. So Fillian, for those of you that don't know, is actually one of the top VTubers at Mythic Talent and one of the top Twitch VTubers in general. Let me actually get the stats up on that. So Fillian, a lot of folks know Fillian for... Well, let me show you. I'm going to show you what Fillian's like, and then all of you are going to be like, oh, I've seen her around. Fillian. Whoop, I didn't mean to do that. How'd that happen? Fillian. Okay.
The world is dirty. How do we live in a society full of filth? Everywhere I look, all I see is trash. I know what I have to do, and I'm the only one who can do it. I know I can. You've sent me your confessions and your names. And all I have to do is forgive you, yeah! Today you guys send me your darkest confessions and I'm gonna review them on stream.
Now a lot of you, Fillian has, as you can see right here on YouTube, she's got...
tell you about a time I got 3 concussions.
Very, very, very big YouTube account. That's 3.1 million subs. A lot of you probably know Fillian.
Don't call me girl.
My bad, sorry guys. You probably know her best by this outfit. That's the wrong one. Where do we get like traditional Fillian outfit? Yeah, here we go.
So this is the Filthy Mouth podcast with Phil and Fee.
Ah.
Your nickname's just Phil now.
Great. Okay.
So, a lot of you probably know Fillian by the schoolgirl outfit. There was a lot of controversy over that as well a couple of years ago because there was some controversy around essentially how she acquired it. Some of the specifics I won't go into today.
Permission to get another Valentini pregnant.
Yes, you always have permission. Permission approved. Permission approved. Start getting pregnant. Start getting pregnant now. Fucking love Made Mint, dude. Min Phantom is like one of my... It's just... I aspire to be the kind of degen she can be. She's so cute about it. Anyway, Fillian is one of the most popular VTubers on the English side of VTubing. So, let me actually get up the stats over here. Where are you, Fillian? Yes, here we go. So, last 30 days. Let's look at Fillian. I'm getting up right now on Streams Charts. I find Streams Charts relatively decent for data. Where are you, Fillian? Where are you, Fillian? Ah, top 17, right over here. Okay. So, Fillian, this is the top 30 days of Twitch-based VTubers across the whole entire world. So, this is anyone in any language. And Fillian over here is top 17th. 444,269 hours watched, with peak viewer of 9.4K and an average of 6.2. If we sort based on CCV, we see, where are you, Fillian? Fillian is in the top 10. Or yes, particularly number 6, 6.2K. She is one of the top VTubers, period, on Twitch. In terms of the agency, she was at Mythic. When I was at Vice, I was writing about this a lot. While Shy Lily is de facto the most watched Mythic Talent VTuber and is probably always going to be, at least for quite some time, Fillian has always come pretty close, kind of up against Fatal, as being like one of the other top ones in the agency. If we go by average views, CCV, we see that Fillian is also, at least for the past 30 days, third most watched in terms of CCV in terms of average viewership. This is one of the star talents of Mythic Talent. And in VTubers at least, although I would say probably at Mythic Talent in general, she's a big name. And a lot of you probably remember the fact that she was hosting the VTuber Awards with Shy Lily. Now, recently there was a bit of a controversy about Fillian and the VTuber Awards because she hung out with two Russian VTubers and was kind of connecting with the Russian VTuber scene because Fillian is popular there with Russian VTubers. And WePlay, the studio that was working with the VTuber Awards that Shy Lily and Fillian hosted, decided to pull out of their contract or their partnership, their work with Mythic Talent as a result because WePlay is partially a Ukrainian-based studio. This was a big controversy. A lot of people didn't like that WePlay made that decision, save for Ukrainians. Basically, the people actually getting bombed really liked that decision. They thought it showed a lot of character of WePlay, and they thought they were quite upset with the Russian VTubing community, rather platforming the Russian VTubing community in such a way, especially because there was supposedly, I haven't looked deeper into this aspect of it, but supposedly someone that Fillian was going to collab with was connected to the Russian defense industry in some shape or form. So, with that out of the way, let's talk a little bit about the information we have available showing that Fillian appears to be no longer with Mythic Talent. Thank you for the follow-up, by the way. Imbecilus Rex, I appreciate it. So, if we look at Fillian's page over here, her DMs, or not DMs, I'm sorry. If we look at her page over here, I saw my DM messages and my brain went, poof. We see Fillian has lost, Gamersubs, Catgirl, Linktree, want to make fan art, clip, hashtag, and then info@fillian.tv. If we go to the archived version of her page, we see Fruit Snack Goblin, I play VR chat a lot, want to make fan art, funny clips, Fillian@mythictalent.com. Let's go to Fillian.tv.com because I actually didn't go to that yet. We see, if we go to FillianTV.com, it's under construction. There's nothing going on right here. It looks like it was just purchased. It's literally got the Squarespace symbol and everything. It looks, quite frankly, like it was just purchased. Additionally, if we go to the creators page over here, so if we go to an archived version of their creators page for Mythic Talent, we see that Fillian should be right next to Feifei. Fifi? I think it's Feifei. I'm always bad at pronouncing names. And then if we click, and we go further down, Fillian should be right over here, next to Fob. And if we look at the current live page, Fillian is simply missing from in between there. Additionally, as well, Fillian did have a Mythic Talent page. This is what it should look like. And if we go to the URL for Fillian's page, it 404s. You can confirm this yourself. Slava we play. So essentially what we see right now is that her page 404s for Mythic Talent. She's just completely not listed as talent when she was previously. And while she originally had a Mythic Talent email, it's gone, and she has a page that looks like it was like basically just purchased. So yeah, it seems like something is up. It seems like something is up, and that she's no longer a Mythic. And it seems like this decision was made very recently, like to the point where maybe she wasn't fully prepared. Now, why did this happen? Probably because of the stuff of WePlay, and then maybe potentially other controversies with Fillian. Fillian is kind of known as being someone who kind of just like, I feel like there's different people in the VTuber industry that are really good at putting their foot in their mouth. Like, I would put myself on that category. I'm pretty decent at it. But Fillian is really good at just like doing stuff that she shouldn't. From breaking her trackers to saying that her computer has a bomb in it in front of like TSA, to everything that just happened with Russia, right? And also the whole situation over like, you know, like her assets, like whether she like acquired them the way that she was supposed to or not. So Fillian always has kind of had this aura of that around her, but it seems to me, because of the latest controversy kind of potentially like torpedoing the VTuber Awards, this might have been the final straw for Mythic. They might have said, we can't do this anymore. Like, this is kind of embarrassed the agency. This was something that you shouldn't have done, and we want to part ways because this did significantly harm our partnership with WePlay. If we look at WePlay, I mean, this was, you know, they are very proud of the connections that they have. They've got fucking Asmongold right here. Celebrating OTK, which has like the Mythic connection, right? The last thing that the VTuber awards themselves, I mean, WePlay Studios themselves has tweeted about, was the situation of pulling out of the VTuber awards. And if we look at the VTuber awards Twitter, hosted by Fillian, we see that the whole thing hasn't been active since literally January. So it's even hard to say what's going on with the VTuber awards. Like, who has the rights to what? Can the VTuber awards exist without WePlay? Is Mythic going to try to do something like the VTuber awards? What is Fillian going to do? Is Fillian going to try to host something separate from Mythic? Is it just going to be Shy Lily hosting the VTuber awards? It's really hard to say what the fuck is going on right now. It feels like a lot is silently happening behind the scenes, and to be a fly in the wall of a lot of these conversations. But this is a pretty big shakeup for Mythic. I'm curious if anyone is going to even talk about this at all. Like, and whoops, my bad, Shy Lily Twitch is the correct one. Like, I don't expect Shy Lily to discuss it at all, for example. But I'm very curious. It does sort of feel like, I don't know, it feels a little bit like the wheels are coming off these days. Like, this isn't even discussing the fact that, like, a whole agency basically, like, imploded this morning. Like, everyone basically just graduated at once and went back to their PLs, their past lives. So, first of all, shout out to Bint for finding this one, because this is fucking nuts, dude. Like, this is insane. And second of all, yeah, it does look like she's gone from Mythic because of the fact that her new page literally looks like, because her new page literally looks like fucking this. I'm imagining that this was not something anyone planned for. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Fillian, like, got the news, like, in the past 12 hours and, like, bought the domain immediately to, like, later get, the Squarespace stuff set up. So, yeah, a pretty crazy situation, not gonna lie. And, yeah, Homer, I'll be sending you a highlight to get up, like, right after the stream because this is so breaking. Let me catch up a little bit with what everyone's been saying. Okay. Oh, lol, I kind of love her. No idea who she is, but I love her. Fillian I have mixed feelings on, but I do think she's legitimately funny. Mint's ban revoked. Did I miss the AMA discussion? No. This is breaking VTuber news, so we got started right away with this. Because Fillian is one of the biggest VTubers, and particularly Ian VTubers, in the space. And she's apparently gone from her agency. Does this have to do with the Ukraine thing? Yes. Any likely. Thank you for the follow. By the way, Jazzahole. Let's see. Looks like Mythic Talent on them. So what does an agency do for a VTuber? Agencies can do a variety of things. It depends on the agency itself. I would say Mythic is kind of known for a little bit of a lighter touch. Like, they set up sponsorships and kind of manage VTubers, like, emails, basically. And like professional connections, so the talent can kind of vibe and not think about the admin stuff as much. But some agencies take a much stronger touch. For example, I would say, what's a good example? Like the quintessential examples of a stronger touch would be HoloLive and Nijisanji, where like there's a full-blown idol culture. Now, Mythic Talent is more focused on almost like creator, influencer, streamer type talent management, so they give their VTubers a lot of room to do whatever the fuck they want. So most VTubers that actually work with Mythic are not really very idly. Like, they tend to be kind of more degen, they have an indie vibe to them. You know, this is literally the agency that has like Silver Veil and Neanners with it, right? So that should give you an idea of like what Mythic is like. They are not operating in the way that, like, say someplace like Vialore is, where it's a lot more structured, and there's strong expectations and policies for talent. You know, it's not like to rope in a current controversy going on. It's not like the situation with Velour where they pulled out of a karaoke stream because of like male talent, a karaoke replay because of male talent being part of the not replay, relay because of male talent being involved. This is a situation where Mythic is very hands off, although obviously they do have some rules, right? Like, you know who else is actually no longer at Mythic? Cinder. She also was dropped from Mythic. Whether she made that decision or Mythic themselves dropped her, more specifically, is a little unclear, but I wouldn't be surprised if Mythic was like, no. So they do have rules and they do have expectations for their talent, although obviously it varies. It does, in fact, vary. So it is a little interesting what is going on. It is a little interesting. Whether there'll be a statement or further information, I don't know. I don't expect it. Mythic doesn't really tend to do that when they drop someone. Like Cinder was dropped very silently, for example. So I think, or removed, no longer there, very silently. I think the same thing with Fillian. I probably think we'll all be asking questions, but I think it's kind of obvious that the We Play situation really did not sit well with Mythic. And I think personally, this is a really good example of how the way people react on Twitter and social media not always reflecting the way businesses feel. I'm positive Mythic was like, Jesus Christ, that they lost that We Play connection. Because at the end of the day, people can say what they want on Twitter, but businesses are the ones that control who gets platformed, who works with who gets supported, etc., etc., etc. And it seems obvious to me that Mythic did not want to have such a public falling out with We Play. And also probably was hoping that its VTuber Awards was going to be like a major thing that continues for years after years and becomes like the Game Awards, and now it's just a clusterfuck. Like, who knows what's going on with that? It's a mess. But it actually really does reflect where Ian VTubing is right now, where if the industry wants the aura of being professional, but actually it's really not that professional, and it keeps shooting itself in the foot. That's sort of the vibe. Hi, Doling Long. So she is a pure agent of chaos, yeah. Anna as host. A lot of corporate agencies will do this. Very hard to keep the contracts nowadays. I just came to say hi and say that you're loved and important. You deserve affection, community. You are awesome. Thank you, Me's I appreciate it. What you want thumbnail to be? We'll work on it now. Probably just like Fillian's face with a lot of questions around it. I feel like we're co-working right now. Thanks again for the follow, Jazzahole. I'll have to head out soon as well. Be back later. Stream is still going. All good. I can't believe Fillian has been photographed in Moscow conspiring with Putin. Did you know that she was the one that actually ordered the invasion of Ukraine? No, I mean, like, I think We Play making that decision makes a lot of sense. I don't 100% agree with it, but I also like do defend that decision. I think like it's very complicated. I'm not going to get into Russia and Ukraine here. I've also argued with a lot of other VTubers behind the scenes about it.
Mommy.
There are historic Whois records for Fillian.tv going back over a year. Interesting. Okay. That is actually good to know. I wouldn't be surprised in that case then if this has existed for quite a bit of time as a potential backup, and now it's just sort of like she needs the email to exist the way it does. That is a good find. Cinder's the gal of the DMs I sent you. No. Cinder is... I'll just find the iconic music video. Where is it? Where is it? Cinder. Is it even up still? It's like iconic. Okay, here we go. It's still up. It's still up. I'm surprised it's like you can't find it easily. I guess because it's a little lewd. This is Cinder, guys. This is Cinder.
Un, dos, tres, cuatro.
She was the original like wholesome like lewd VTuber, not to be confused with lewd-tuber.
No quick head in my bed, I can't have that. Want that long neck, not talking giraffe neck. Ain't no laying down, man, we got to have late fun. And then to make your balls stick up like space buns. Want your dick soaked? Place it down my throat. Tongue tickle your dick, but not telling a joke. Paddle in this pussy, that's how you rock a boat. It get live in this pussy, I'm not talking Periscope. In the sheets, I am a bully. Get more head than a hoodie. Every time you make me come, it looks just like vanilla pudding. Sit on your face all day till you say they hurt me. Then I turn around and give the dick more kisses than Hershey's. Yo, dick brick hard like a metal. I got 3 holes for it like a pretzel. Tight as a virgin, boy, don't get nervous. I'm here to serve you customer service. I save dick by giving a CPR. I save dick by giving a CPR. Put my mouth on it like CPR. Let's make porn and watch it on VCR. I think.
Okay. When this dropped, let's see, what was it? When it was 20, was it 2023? Yeah, February 2023. I was like going through a very stressful time of my life. So whenever I see the mental image of her, like, where is it? Whenever I see like the mental image of her bobbly bouncing the boobies, all I can think of is I get like Vietnam War flashbacks to that time in my life. Of just like, oh my god, I'm so stressed out all the time. Work is so crazy. Like, I feel like so not normal. It like brings me back. I feel like that image of like the soldier giving like the million-yard stare, that's me. It just brings me back to the sunken place. All talents are spiritual leaders. Since the days of rock and roll, talents rejected their responsibilities as spiritual leaders. We are living the consequences. Many such cases. Fillian, after getting high last night on acid, why is everyone referring to me as Supreme General Fillian and talking in Russian? From what I could see, it looks like the domain was registered August 17th of last year. Got it. It's probably something... My guess is that she probably was originally planning to have a website, didn't quite just get it together, and now like it has to be the only way that people can contact her without saying like, I'm on Gmail. Incredible associations. What time to be watching again? This song is only for your hardest moments. So true. So yeah, I have to go. Have an awesome time, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Nix. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll keep tabs on what's going on in the Fillian situation. I'm a little allergic to doing as much VTuber news coverage these days. I feel a little bit like it runs the risk of shitting where I eat, and I would prefer not to shit where I eat as much anymore. But I do think that this is one to at least follow. Let me flag one more thing that Bint has said, because I think this is a good take. Bint, I would consider, is sort of like the thinking woman's news tuber at this rate. I'm guessing it's less what Fillian did recently, i.e. the Ukraine situation, and more an accumulation of stuff that caused Mythic to drop. That model scandal last year, that's the one I was talking about with the asset acquisition, probably caused more legal and financial headaches than they usually have to deal with. Losing another sponsor was probably the final straw. I think this is the correct take about Fillian. I don't think it's losing the WePlay sponsor alone, although I think that was indeed the final straw. Morally, there are several way worse and dumber people, but Fillian was probably more of a direct financial burden in specific ways she goofed up. I think also not even just a financial burden, I think a brand burden. Like, it just kind of looks like they've got someone who's been acting a bit unprofessional connected with the brand, and they probably wanted to cut the ties. At the end of the day, it's important to keep in mind that even though Mythic does have some controversial folks connected to it, including, you know, one of its co-founders literally being Asmongold, it's very clear that Mythic's vibe is that they don't really mind the content you're creating being controversial as long as it's content that you're creating being controversial. The moment it broaches into another category where it's making the brand or the talent look bad on a business level, then it's going to start to cause issues. So I do think that Bint has the correct take here. I definitely agree. I don't think it was just losing the WePlay contract, but I'm sure it looks particularly embarrassing for Mythic. I mean, it seems very obvious to me that the VTuber Awards, they wanted that to eventually be like the Game Awards of the VTubing community, and I think instead it probably just feels like they have egg on their face and don't fucking know what to do with that now. So it's just a mess. It's a mess, and it's gonna unfold like further, I'm sure. Either unfold further or it'll be very silent, but people will be talking about this for a long time. But either way, people are gonna be talking about this because it's fucking Fillian. Like, she's a huge fucking VTuber. Okay.